you just want to give that to me, I want you to, say it on tonight. Ask it on tonight.
Amen. Give it honor to God and give it honor to the greatest pastor this side of heaven. Woo! And to the greatest first man this side of heaven, Brother Ron. And to the greatest associate pastor and his wife and their absence. And to the greatest church this side of heaven. Amen. If you don't believe it, I told you that I believe it. God has blessed us with the greatest. So I just always thank God for everything that He is doing in my life. And, I just want to share something really quick. It may seem small to you all, but anything God does for me, it is big. And I serve a great, big God. And I just thank God. On the other day, I just had the one child that went home, and I was just sitting in the house with my grandbaby. And all of a sudden, I heard an alarm go off downstairs, which I thought was my carbon monoxide alarm, because it has went out before, and my old gas water heater was then filled up the basement with carbon monoxide. But I got rid of that water heater, and I still had a gas heater downstairs, but it hadn't even been on for like going on 2 years. Well, it just kept going off, and I was going to go downstairs, and I said, well, I better not, it's just me and my little 5-month-old grandbaby. So I called 911, and he said, yeah, you did the right thing. He said, we'll send somebody out and take a look. So, excuse me, they came on out and went downstairs, and it just kept going off. And then I had my downstairs door open, so they asked me, they said, was there a car running outside? I said, well, one of the mothers just picked up their child, and I said, but she wasn't parked close to the door. And they said, well, it could be from that. And so it kept going off, but they didn't detect any carbon monoxide in the basement. Well, it just was going off. They said, well, we think you have a bad battery. So the farmer went to the truck to get a battery to put back in, and it was still going off. And so finally they come upstairs. They said, well, ma'am, you had a smoke detector on the ceiling, and that was bad, so we're going to give you a new smoke detector. So I thank God for a free smoke detector. It may be small enough, but you can't even stand up and give God thanks and testify about small things. That's why you come back doing that thing for you. Because you won't even say the little things. Yes. I mean, God wants you. Anything God does for me, I'm going to tell you. It don't matter. It's important to me, and like I said, He's big to me. So I thank God. He's always giving me free things. And I thank you. That's a few dollars saved in my pocket. But God's concerned about everything that you is concerned about, that you have in your heart. God is concerned about that little thing also. And one last thing I want to share. I know some of you may remember Miss Glenna, who started coming to church probably about this time last year. She looked a lot like my mama. Y'all remember her? Yeah. Well, I have been keeping in touch with her. She had some strokes, and then she had to go down to Oak Ridge and stay with her daughter. So we still kept trying to keep in touch, and then she got pretty sick to where I was only communicating with her daughter. And sometimes she may answer, sometimes not. But me and Pat, we was online, how many of you may be looking and searching for one thing, but God lets you see something else. So me and Pat, I was trying to pull something on about the men's home that was in the papers that a friend of mine had seen. And so we went searching for a particular thing on the Citizen Tribune, and as I'm scrolling down, I've seen some names on the obituaries, but God didn't even have my eyes to lock on those names. But as soon as I got to Miss Glenna's name, I had found out that she had passed. And how many of y'all know that's nobody but God? Because I might not have knew that with her, with her daughter. But God allowed me to see it. We were looking for something totally different. And there God brought me to that. So God, He already has everything planned. You may think you're going to somebody's house for a reason, but it may turn out to be something else. So but just learn to let God just take full course in your life, because He has our planned life already planned out. So I just thank God for that. Oh yeah, my basement too. I thank God.
The other night when you were so tired
that's it. I thank God for that. I thank God for you reminding me. Yeah. Y'all know y'all heard me all the time crying about my basement. But anyway, it could just drizzle in my basement and flood like crazy. Well, and it has been doing that for ever since we've had all that rain. This has been unreal. Well, the other night we was in the shut-in, and we had, it was just coming down rain. I said, Lord, I told Pastor, I said, well, Pastor, I'm going home and see what mess I got, see if I got sweep out any water. And y'all remember, I don't know if y'all remember how hard it rained last Saturday. That was Saturday, early Saturday morning. I went in, I just barely opened the door, because usually when I barely open the door, the water is already to the door. I barely opened the door, and then I was looking for a puddle. There was no water in that basement. Oh, none. There was nobody but God. You see how tired I was? You see, I ain't gonna have my baby sleeping. I know she done sacrificed for me. I said, when you sacrifice for God, and when you just love Him and be obedient to Him, there's nothing that He won't withhold from you. So I thank God for that. I thank God. And then that might even the last rain. The last rain we just got the other day. It poured down again, and I looked, there was no rain again. I thank God. There's nobody but God. Pastor said, well, maybe, because I didn't think about my free new roof that I got. But she's rubbing that in. Yeah, I'm going to rub it in. I'm talking about God does for me. Free. But Pastor said, well, Tony, maybe it's just from the roof and they fixed your basement. So I just thank God. I'm claiming it. So I just thank God.
You know, when you start getting into those gutters and what, the basement and having to dig out, that goes into tens and thousands of dollars. You know, and so it was like, man, God, you have to do something, you know, for her, do something. And boy, I told her, I said, man, Tanya, that right there, we might have thought, or everybody else might have thought it was something in the basement or have to dig it up and all this other stuff, going to be tens of thousands of dollars. But just by that roof being fixed, God done covered it. Come on. You know, God gave you everything but fail. He said, God that does not lie. He gives you the desires of your heart. Come on. And sometimes, you know, we might desire one thing, but He said, no, I know the best thing for you. And how many know is that sometimes you really want one thing, and you think that might be, and God said, no, baby, I got the best for you. That ain't even it. You might think it's the best, but I ain't even, it's not even tip of the iceberg, bro. It ain't even speed to come to tip of the iceberg. What I got for you, baby, is the cream of the crop. What are you talking about? Why are you trying to sell? Why are you trying to hold on to it? Why are you trying? You can come there and say, you better let some stuff go and let the plan of God move. Come on. Now let the plan of God working out for your life. Come on. You in the plan, baby, look at your neighbor and say, it's good. It's good. It works out. It's good for you. It turns out just the way you want it. Come on, good God. Look at your neighbor and say, God's plan is good. God's plan is good. Feel good, Byrd.
First, I want to give honor to God.
Oh, my God. Yes. Woo.
I give great love and thanks to my pastor.
Oh, my God. Yes.
Deacon Fry.
Yes.
Auntie. Ty's not here.
That's it.
I'm going to give him honor, and I'll give honor to everybody in the church and the position. I wanted to be here Sunday, but me and the devil have fights.
All right now.
I was coming home, but Kim said, no,
Uh-oh.
you're going to the doctor. I said, no, I'm going to church.
Yeah.
No, you're not going to church to infect everybody.
Yes, that's awesome.
But thank God, I wasn't infectious.
Come on, that's come on.
The doctor told me that I had a pulse behind my tongue. I was satisfied with that. So I had another points, but ears, nose, and throat. And he told me this morning, no pulse. He said, what I'm going to do for you. He examined me. And when he finished his examination, he said, George, so I don't think you got his allergies.
Oh, now look at that.
He said, you got a little scarring back there. He said, you said, take care of that. And he said, Lord, with grace. And he said, that allergies. it's on now. And I said, where is she going? Just like I told my pastor, I'm telling y'all, it's on not the years. Because God told me to the doctor. And in 8 years, I haven't been with God.
Come on.
Move on, part okay. But I want to say, I'm not flying by the wayside. I started back in the church. Took my life back over here. I'm here to stay.
Yes.
Oh, you got it. Come on, give God a praise. Thank you. Oh, when you think it's one thing, God let you know it ain't that bad. Stay over there, John. What you stand over there? I'm not looking at you. Now, this is our baby that's been with us for a long time. We watched him grow up young. And yes, since 5 or 6. And this young man, God would move, and he wouldn't even know what I'm getting ready to minister or whatever, or the scripture that I want to use. And God would just let him blurt it out. And be like, man, boy, what's wrong with you? 5 years, I mean, God would move on him. And just to watch him and YouTube just grow up, and I would whoop him too. Because I love him. And I don't want them to stray. Come on, that's it. But I love them. You know, and it's just to see how beautiful you have grown. Baby in your hand. Look at you. You got 2 babies. Let me see them babies. Come on up here, baby girl. Look at you, you still short. Hey, when God, oh my God, you gave me some strong names. Did you ever believe this? And you were a good mom. Yeah, go ahead. You were a good mom. Go ahead. 5 months and 2, oh my gosh. You know what? You keep being beautiful. You keep singing on you. Don't let no one tell you otherwise. Don't let no one make you think otherwise. Mothership is, and being a parent, being a mother is not easy. And there is no book you can go by to be a perfect mom. Come on. You learning as well as everybody else is. Don't you be hard on yourself. You take time for yourself. Love them with all you can. You hear me? And love you. And know how to do it. I'm so proud of you. I can't believe, look at you guys. I said, for your testimony, you won't testify her testimony. Let it back. Oh, well, oh my God, you just don't know. This one put us through. But look at her now. Come on, give God a praise. Look at her now. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Go ahead, you handsome.
Hey, my name's Jonathan, if you don't know who I am.
How can we not?
But as y'all heard, my sister's back in church, which is I'm coming back to church every Sunday. If I can ever make it. Which I'm planning on it.
That's right, Jhonson.
Yes.
But that's not what I'm up here today for. I'm up here to praise God that we wake up this morning, that we wake up to sit on that. And like, I'm having problems with myself. I'm trying to learn how to do it, but I can't do it by myself. So I need y'all to pray.
Take up all my time to give you mom. Just keep it to me. I'm good for you. You're going to overcome this. Come on, sir. Look at him and say, Jonathan, you overcome. Come on, that's it. You can be all right. Hey, boy, it's going to change. Okay, I love you, baby. Come on, give God hallelujah. That's our baby. We just thank God. Oh my God, just seeing, you know, people take for granted your life. And I was telling someone, I don't know who I was talking with, but it's the thing is that even I look at our of them was young. Kids, but all of them was babies and young coming up, and you know, you think time would be at a standstill that you'll never, but you look at, man, I ain't getting older, y'all getting older. But you look at, I ain't got no gray hair. I'm always dark and lovely. Come on, that dark and lovely guy. So, always color them braids. You know, color that gray right out of your hair. They always look young. But just to see how, you know, when Mom said that when we used to be on your lap, we worried when they was on our lap. You know, because, you know, it's just so hard. You think they're going to fall. You know, you're trying to protect them. But when they get out, come on, and they get grown, that's when, you know, they're able to go to school and get out and be amongst people and their friends and go and come. That's when it really starts worrying, because now you can't protect them. They're out of your way, they're out of your custody. That's something off your lap onto your heart. Come on, amen. So, but to see how times just, you know, just keep going forward. And you listen to your own parents. And, you know, my mom used to tell me, and I said to her before she died, she's like, I miss my mom. And I said, Mom, do you really miss your mom? You know, not fathom, because, no, she was close to me, but do you really miss your mom? She said, yes. And she would tell me all the stories, and I would just sit there and just listen to her, just tell me all the stories going way back. And now I look back at the same thing that, you know, I'm telling my daughters the stories going way back, you know, and just looking at the time. So, you know, time is speeding up, and when you look at you when you was 10 years old, now you're 30. Come on, you gotta look at yourself and say, oh my goodness, you know, time is pushing me by. What am I doing with my life? Come on. So I don't want to just stay stuck. I want to do better. Come on, like I said, you're better than yesterday. Come on, keep saying I'm better than what? Yesterday. That's it. You can do something. I'm better than yesterday. Come on, give God a holler. I'm better than yesterday. Come on. Amen. I don't care what I went through just yesterday. I'm better today. That right there is over yesterday. Today is another day. Come on. Amen. Whatever I went through today is going to be yesterday tomorrow. Come on. And I'm going to be better that day too. Come on, give God a hallelujah. Come on, I'm not staying stuck. until, you know what, we get out of control. And when we get out of control, we what? Destroy ourselves. But it's no more destroying myself. There's no more lack of sleep. Yes. Come on, there's no more frustration. There's no more depression. I understand one thing. What I can't control, I gotta let go. Come on. Oh, come on, give God a come on, I like them hands going up like that. Come on, give God a praise. That's it. I'm letting it go. I can't control it. I can't drive it. I can't steer it. I'm letting it go. I gotta let God be in control of everything. Come on, I give it to him. Come on, because pressure will cause you to pop. Pressure will cause you to do things you will not normally think that you would do. Come on, have all kind of heart attacks, have all kind of things going on with your body, but somebody shout, no more. No. It's over. I'm a better me. Come on, you can see it. Oh, give God hallelujah. That's why I love this. I love this. You know, go to Colossians 3. Ooh, I love this. Amen. Doing God good pleasures in Philippians 4. Doing God good pleasures. So these are the two scriptures. Number one, amen, praise God, that, you know, in Colossians 3, where Paul began to talk about, amen, with the church of Colossians, amen, that we being risen with Christ, we seek those things which are above. Because of the fact is that as long as we seeking things, you know, just seeking things, you know, those things are vanity. And that's why Solomon talks about it so much in Ecclesiastic. He says, all is vanity. Come on, everything is vanity. You know, when we look at the useless of our when we was young, and like I said, y'all getting old, but when we look at the useless, okay, all this congregation, we're going to remain young. Okay, no matter what. Come on, that's right. So God says, be beautified, he beautified the meek. And if you stay humble and meek, come on, look at your neighbor and say, I'm going to stay looking good. I'm telling you, come on. Amen. Never get over clothes unless you're wearing yourself out. If you wear yourself out with worry, you're going to have wrinkles right up in here because all you're doing is frowning. You see, happy people don't have wrinkles up in here. You notice that? You know, people that's all happy, and they're not mean, and they don't frown, and they're not, you know, miserable, you know, and they're not trying to make other people miserable. And, you know, they just take, and they always got them big old wrinkles up in the forehead, and wrinkles, you know, up in here. You know, kind of moves in the middle. But it's right. And then you try to use some fading cream, and it don't do. Because it's just the misery, and they just stay frowning, and it just, you know, and even when they straighten up, it's just a big crease. I'm sorry, y'all. I hope this ain't nobody. I'll try not to get your crease. I won't get no fading cream for you. But you take people that are happy, you know, that love, you know, that just happy folks, you know, they don't frown and they don't do all that, and they just happy. And you know, those kind of people really get on your nerves. Because while you're trying to be mad and upset, they're like, oh, really? Oh, you know that? You're like, you can just, you can go somewhere. I really don't want to talk to you. You know, just be gone. But they just happy. They don't have creases up there. And their skin is so youthful and so, look at Wanda. Yeah, that's you, Wanda. Don't try to frown. Don't try to do it. That's it. Look, you ain't got them. You're beautiful. You know? But it's that youthful, that smiling. They don't have all them wrinkles. They stay young looking. Because what? They ain't got no worries. Come on. Happy people. No worries. That's it. God, that's right. God, that's it. Because of God. That's it. Come on, give God a praise. That's right, Miss Wanda. Because of God. And that's true. Amen. Because you don't worry. You don't let things, you know, get to you. You know the answer to it all is like, the answer is, look, if it ain't my problem, you know, I'm not going to worry about it. And even if it is my problem, I just got to deal with it. And that's what happy people do. They take things and they just go with it. They go with the flow. You know? Oh, you got a $1,000 bill to pay. Just came up out of nowhere without already. What? I got $1,000. Oh, well, they say I'm just going to call. That's it. I'm just going to call and find out about it. And if they say, I just go ahead and I got to work 2 jobs. Oh, well, I just have to work 2 jobs. Get it paid off and then keep the rest of the money. Happy folks. They deal with the issues. Yes. They don't get mad at, oh, no they had the water cut on in my name. Come on. You know, had the lights cut on in my baby name. You know? So, all this stuff. Because they don't want to deal with the issue. So, when you don't want to deal with stuff, it frustrates you. Come on. It gets you, you know, to a point of frustration and worry. So all you do, you can't sleep, things bother you. But when you're a person that knows how to just, hey, it is what it is. My fault. Let me get it done. Then move on. Them people, they stay young. They won't nothing. They'll reach 100 and what you say? Who was talking about Facebook? They see somebody that was Sharon. No, Sharon. That was Sharon. 146 years old. I ain't never seen nobody 146 years old. You'll be 146 years old. But she said it was on Facebook. But I see him 105. But yeah, and they picking up weights and stuff. Because they say, well, what's the secret? The secret is eat what you want, don't worry. Don't worry. That's not be happy. Don't worry. I don't know the rest of the song. Yeah, you used to sing that. But that's what I don't know the rest of the word. But that's the word of don't worry. Be happy. So if we can learn that concept, and that's all God is saying. God is saying if you seek me, trust me. Put all your words, put all your thoughts. Just humble yourself and trust me for everything. You will find out is that you will add more years to your life. When you're supposed to have died at 20, baby, you gain another 25. Come on, how can you understand that? Don't give it. I don't mind gaining another 25. You say, well, war's on it. The Bible, God even said, even in the midst of war, even in the midst of famine, he said, I will still give you something to eat. You're not going to worry about eating when other people are starving. Come on. You're not going to worry about gas while the prices are going. Come on, give God a hallelujah. God said, I take care of my own. Oh, look at your neighbor and say, God, take care of me. God, take care of me. He'll take care of you. Yes. When you do what's right, come on. If you do what's right, right gonna follow you. Yes. Come on, is that all right? Yes. Amen. Praise God. So God said, I'll take care of my own. So that's why Paul is trying to get us to understand one thing. Is that if we trust in the Lord and commit our ways to him, he said, I'll give you rest. And then out of giving you rest, he said, I will make the way straight for you. Who would want that? How many crooked things have been in your life? A whole lot. I know anybody. Come on. A lot of crookedness. Come on. But look at here. Out of all that crookedness, he helped me to understand one thing. Jennifer, this is what you got to get in order. Jennifer, this is what you got to change. And when I fall submissive to that and understand that God ain't going to just, you know, make the way straight, but it's crooked for a reason. You know, it didn't just get like that. I had to do something to help it. Now, some things did get like that on its own. But there's some things that I had to, you know, that I did myself, you know. That in that God says, there's a lesson to be learned. You don't have to stay like this. It don't have to stay like that in your life. But I can make it so straight that you won't even stumble. Oh, come on. Come on, tell me. I can make it so straight that you won't miss a thing. Come on, somebody. I'll make it so straight that other folks will look at you and say, how did you get there? How did you get there, Monty? How did you end up where you are? How did you get them shoes? How did you get them shoes? That's all right, don't tell me. How did you do that? You know, and they'll look at you because they'll look at the new man. Woo! How many got a new man? Yeah. Come on, they'll look at the new man, John, and say, there is something different about you. How did you arrive at that happiness? Yes. They will even look past the things that you have and said, I know it was in, no, that was when we referred to 2 incidents. We was here, and I hope y'all at Colossians 3. That's where we are. But we first got here, and I don't know if you remember, we went to Kentucky Fried Chicken. Was it Kentucky Fried Chicken, or was you was with, I hope you was, because I'm always putting you somewhere with us. Yeah. Oh, man. She wasn't with us. Who was with us that day? Sister Wells. Do you remember when we first went to Kentucky Fried Chicken coming from Sister Haynes' house?
Yes.
And the people was like, we come in there and we were just so joyful and, we wasn't loud, but we just something that, just number, just look at your neighbor and say, God.
God.
And the people behind the counter and the people in the lobby, they noticed how happy we were. And they was like, man, we want what y'all got. We was like, you really want what we got? They said, yo, y'all are happy. We want that kind of happiness. And boy, we began to tell them how we got that happiness. And they was like, oh my God, Jesus.
Yes.
They said, yeah, if you want it, we can do it right now. Oh, we got to eat our chicken. We waiting on a piece of chicken. Then we was in the chair. I went to a beauty salon. And in that chair, I was getting, the girl was getting ready to do my hair because she was like, come on, Pastor. That was when I was in Florida. And she asked me to come by so she could, do my hair. And I said, okay, I'll come on by. And as I'm sitting in the chair, and just minding my business, and me and her was talking about the Lord, and, we're talking real loud because you have other people there. A guy that was sitting way on the other side, watching everybody. And he was like, he just yelled out, he says, what is it that you have? And I was like, just tell me what you mean. What I have. Do I have money? Do I have some candy? Yeah. Do I have, what you mean do I have? He said, I want what you got. Again, he said, I want what you got. Now this guy, he was, y'all know that. So, and he's like, I want what you have. And I said, are you sure you want, because, that lifestyle, you sure you want? He said, yeah, I want what you got. He said, you got a happiness. I said, yes, I do. And so we began to talk, and I said, now this happiness, I said, is God on the inside. I said, are you sure you want my happiness? He said, yeah. He said, I want what you got. And so I took him, I said, now, can I use y'all salon right now? She said, yeah, you can use it. Well, I took that young man, and we went and we began to get in that closet, and we began to give him to Christ, and he began to say the Lord's Prayer and gave his life to God. And let me tell you, from this like this started, went just like this. Oh, come on. It wasn't this like this no more. Come on, give God a hallelujah. Boy, he was walking out, hallelujah. And you can tell, and when the other people see him come out, they was like, oh my God, he's glowing. He's different. He came out with like that, but he was walking like that. Yeah. Talking about, I gotta keep it. Come on, give God a hallelujah. And I tell them too, I said, now y'all got something, because some of them got the high-pitched voice. Some of the dudes, they got high-pitched voice. I tell them, don't try to lower your voice. If you don't get changed, you don't get changed. They say, Jesus, I got changed. Just keep saying it, just as long as you got it. And you don't get changed. Come on, give God a praise. Come on. He was straight, fresh out. He came out straight. So people really looking for, they see what you have. They really looking. Come on, everybody say yeah. They really looking for some change. They're looking for somebody to help them to get what you have. And that's what being the light of the world. He said, we're a light that sit up on a hill that cannot be what? Hid. Come on. Amen. He's that light. Come on. And we're supposed to be that light in the midst of darkness, or in the midst of depression, in the midst of anxiety. And let them know, baby, if you're going to stay around me, you ain't going to stay the same, because that which is in me is going to touch that which is in you. Come on. Is that all right? You want to say something like that? Go ahead. Yeah. Okay, give me a microphone. Come on, baby. That's right. Hallelujah. Well, somebody shout hallelujah. I feel happiness in here, y'all.
It's funny that Pastor told me to share this testimony.
Yes.
But it's amazing that like we're having this conversation because sometimes you go through things in life and you're not going for yourself. Sometimes God put people in places to where they can be free. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
A couple of weeks ago, I went to go. I kept getting invited to go. I don't want to call it the nut house. I'm just going to say the special hospital.
Yes.
And I kept getting invited to come and visit a friend. And I kept, maybe, and then finally I was like, I'm going to go. So I was like, come on, George. I was like, we're going to go. So when we get there, the waiting room is like crowded. I mean, people are visiting their family. I mean, it's really crowded. So me, George, and the person, we sit like at a table like by ourselves. So we're just having a conversation. I mean, we're just talking, asking the person how they've been doing. I mean, just generally talking. So the guy next to me was talking to his mother, and he was like, yeah, he was like, Eve ate that cherry. So off top it had already ran through me because I'm like, Eve didn't eat no cherry. I said, but he's not talking to me. So he just kept on talking to his mom, and finally he turned and he looked at me. I don't know this boy at all. And George is the witness. I don't know this boy. The boy turned to me and he was like, excuse me. So when I turned to him, he was like, you know, I've been delivered. He said, I got delivered from anger. I got delivered from love. He said, I'm saved. So I said, well, Lord, you will open the door to minister to somebody because everything has a divine timing. So since he started talking to me, now I can talk back without interrupting his conversation. So I said, so I'm going to quote you again. You got delivered on love, in the area of love. And he said, yes. So I said, even when I'm getting ready to correct you on something, are you going to still love me the same? And he said, yes, ma'am. I said, first of all, Eve did not eat a cherry. She didn't eat an apple. I said she ate from the tree of knowledge. So as I'm talking to him, all of a sudden, everybody was talking to their moms, dads, cousins. All of a sudden, the whole room just go white. Blue, it go white, completely quiet. So it's like we wound up like having church in there. And when people can see the God in you, they begin to tell you all types of their problems. Because people begin to just cry out and begin to talk to me, how they lost their husbands, how they lost their children. And then God just began to move. And God just began to move, and I began to just be able to minister to them. You stay encouraged. Even though you lost somebody doesn't mean that you die along with them.
That's it.
You should be encouraged in order to be able to tell somebody else how you was in the pit at one time, but how God was going to bring you, how God brought you out. So we began just to have like, we had church. We had church. Still we not. So even in the midst of us having to be out of there at 10 o'clock, when people know that it is God and they know that it's a real thing, Nantom, if the therapist coming here to ask us, we had to leave. Nantom, did she put us out? So about 15 minutes till, I was like, oh God, we're supposed to be out of here at 8 o'clock. So I looked at the nurse and I was like, well, before I go, can I pray? And she was like, sure. It's amazing when God's power and presence fall. Because anytime you got the therapist standing there praying with you, anytime you got the psychologist standing there praying with y'all, anytime you got family members standing there praying with you, then you knew that it was a God thing. So when God tells you to go somewhere, go. Because sometimes it ain't even for you. Somebody need to hear. Because those people really was in bondage. Those people really was in shackles, and then they needed to hear that it's not the medicine. They needed to hear that depression don't have to overtake you. You can get over it. Fear. Some of them was in there over fear. Some of them was even in there over suicide. And when you begin to minister and you tell people where God has brought you from, sometimes you can't sit on your testimony and be shameful. I had to sit here and minister to these people and tell them that I said it in this seat before. I know what it feels like to sit across from a therapist and they tell you that you bipolar, you schizophrenia, or you got a personality disorder. But that's what man spoke. That's what man had to say about saying, but God had to finally say. Because I know I got a sound mind. I know that. So sometimes it's, I'm just being honest, it's amazing that like you're on this topic because I deal with all kind of people at the store. I mean, you deal with drunks, you deal with pill heads, you just deal with all kind of people character means a lot. I mean, character, how you carry yourself. And a lot of times I'm sitting at that store and I don't have to wear a sign, I'm a Christian. I don't have to wear a sign, I love God. First of all, when they walk in, they should see the God in you anyhow. They should see the difference in me. I should stand out from being of the world, in the world. So I just thank God just for the change. It ain't even that it's an outside thing, not because you wear your hair a certain way, they know you're a Christian, or because the way you dress a certain way. No, it's your countenance. It's how you carry yourself. It's the way you speak to people. It's the compassion that you have for folks. So, Reverend White, we really do stand out. I mean, I'm just being honest. We do carry the light, and that's something that you really do not take for granted. And then I'm going to leave it alone after this one. Even in us visiting other churches, me, George, and Kim decided to go visit another church, and I'm not going to go like all into details, but when people can see that God is in you and God moved through your church, it's an amazing feeling. Anytime another pastor, you're sitting and Breath of Life represented, we doing it our style, you know what I'm saying? And they're doing it their way, but we're going to do it Breath of Life style. So we're having church, and it was like, and it's a shame when you have to turn to George, and it was like, it's a shame when you got a whole congregation that's in bondage, or you got a whole congregation following behind you, and they are lost. Because you're lost. You're not even getting the true revelation, but you're teaching a flock. That's a scary thing. So I'm sitting there looking at George, and I'm like, they're hollering, they Holy Ghost filled, but I'm like, he ain't even here. He ain't even dwelling right here. And it's really sad when you can't tell the pastor apart from the flock. Then you really have a problem that way. So it's amazing when we are under, and I'm being honest, we are under great, great leadership. Because any two time, nobody like me can be able to minister to the pastor, because you got to speak some truth into this situation. Because he didn't get the revelation, but our pastor got the revelation. So now I'm going to have to expand your revelation and knowledge a little bit. And I'm the right one to do it because I'm a fool for Christ. So, I mean, I'm just a fool for Christ. And I figured, as bad as I serve the devil, as hard as I'm going to serve God. And I just thank God for the teaching that we have here. And any time another pastor can see the God in you and just release the mic to you and say, just let God have his way, and God just begin to move, that's a blessing. So we ought to not take it for granted what we're learning here and what's being stored in us, because Morristown needs it.
Come on. So in it all, what it's saying that you cannot beat God.
That's right.
Come on. In any living that you do outside of him. Because no matter what you live, is that the percussion is that if you don't have Christ in your life, then you don't make it happen. Come on. And that's the real reality. So while I live, I want to make sure I have him in my life. So let's go right back to Colossians 3. And we want to get into that new life in Christ. You know, and what God is looking for, because we're still looking at perfection. We're still looking at righteousness. And what did we learn last week? Is that we got to Job, number one, and God wants us to understand, number one thing, is that how a man is approved of God for righteousness. So I think that's a good question. How a man is approved for God for righteousness. So if you want to write that down. How is a man approved for God for righteousness? Come on, for being blameless. You know, before there was a dictionary, before there was, you know, a definition, you know, before there was Webster or anything, there was no dictionary. Whatever God said, it was. And God is the one that gave man the ability to form words. God was the one that gave man the ability to, you know, to make things, to create words for whatever it is was on the face of the earth. And even now, they still creating words for different things, you know? So it's still not finished. But God is the one that gives them the knowledge and the wisdom and the understanding. Man don't do anything of their own because of a textbook. Before university, they was already building high-tech buildings. Did you believe that? Look at Babel. Come on. It was going up toward the sky. And what I don't understand is how they figure that they can hide that big building from God. Do it in secret. You know? It saying? Let's go to that scripture right quick, Bobby. Y'all know me. I just have to show some of you guys. Because if y'all never read it before, I mean, it's good to know. You know, go to, what is that, Genesis? I need to probably even go there. Around 6, 10, but no. It's after a little bit after the flood. Let me see if I got it marked in my notes. Genesis, what, 11? Right, okay. Genesis 11 chapter. Now go to Genesis 11 chapter so you can see and understand. I know y'all feeling good tonight?
Yes.
I'm feeling good tonight. They was tired that night. I'm feeling good tonight. I just feel like God's getting ready to do something in your national. God's getting ready to do something.
Oh,
crazy.
you know He is.
I'm
I know He
excited.
is.
So now, people don't realize is that, you know, language
I'm excited.
did not come from people just speaking different languages. God is the one that started the languages. God is the one that, from one family, which is Noah family, you know, there was all brothers and sisters and sister-in-laws and brother-in-laws and, you know, cousins and nephews and nieces. This was the only family on the face of this earth that God scattered and began to cause them to be confused. And He the one that started the languages, the different tribal languages. It didn't start in Great Britain. It didn't start with Columbus. It didn't start with, you know, whatever, Bologna. It started, oh, God is the one that did it. Look at your name. God is the one that did it. God is the one that did it. He started Spanish. He started Italian. He started Dutch. He started English. He started whatever. All those languages. He the one that did it. So look at your name and say, He the one that did it. He's the one that did it. So, you know, when we look at all of this, is that God is the one that started all this stuff. So now when we look at the Tower of Babel, it was all Noah kids. All Noah kids, generations, which is nephews, uncles, nieces, great nieces, you know, first cousins, second cousins. So the Bible says this. Which one should we start? Okay, the 11th verse, the first, let's start with the first verse. Yeah, go ahead. So we can understand how powerful God is. So this goes into effect that when I give you the scriptures that you have everything you need to be successful. Don't let nobody say, well, you got to go to Yale or you got to go to Walter State. I mean, if you want to go to Walter State, go to Walter State. It's good if you want to expand your education. It's good. Don't never let nobody deprive you of that. You know, one thing I love about our Pastor Ty is that one day when he comes, and he's been with the ministry for a long time, but even Pastor Ty said, I said, you're going to college. He said, no, I can't go to college. I said, yes, you can. He said, no, I can't. My brain is fried from all the drugs. I said, I can't accept that. I said, you're too smart. He said, I'm just burnt out. You know, I felt like I just can't do it. And I said, you're going to do it. And I know you can. You know, he went and applied, and he got cum laude. He got what? Some cum laude. He got some cum. But anyway, he got the highest, whatever. But what now? I don't know the highest I can know. Oh, okay, but that's when you go to the university, right? He was just at that. It don't matter what. Oh, okay. As long as you in college. Oh, okay. I know you can get that at Walter State. But anyway, he got that. But the thing about it is, he thought that he couldn't do it. You know. And I said, you can do it. I know you can. I don't care, you know, where you've been and what. He did it. When he went and he got that 2 year, he said, well, you know, I can go back to Walter State and get it done. And I said, no, you got to go now to university. And you need to get 2 AAs or 3 AAs, they ain't going to do you no good. And I said, now you got to go for your bachelor's, you can do it. And working, and he did it. Come on, give God a praise. And he graduated. No matter who did or who felt like he couldn't or he felt like it. But sometimes it takes somebody to speak in our life. Yes. It takes being around the right people. Come on. That will speak and believe in us. Yes. Come Come on. Maybe you will go, maybe you won't, but maybe get a job and say, look, college ain't for me, okay, but I'm going to get a job and I'm going to work and I'm going to do my best and you go forth and they see how you work and God just keep giving you accolades and, keep giving you promotions, and keep giving you raises and you feeling good in yourself because why? You are achieving what you want to achieve. So you know what? Those that feel like you achieved and you worked hard, pat yourself on the back right now and say you did a good job. If nobody ain't saying you did a good job, pat yourself right now and say you're doing a good job. Come on, give God a hallelujah. You're doing a good job. Come on. Sometimes you might not get it from other people. You got to look at yourself and tell yourself, self, you're doing a good job. Is that all right? Yeah. Come on, give God a hallelujah. Woo. So now we look. The first verse says what? Who can read it?
And the whole earth was of one language.
The whole earth was of one language.
And of one speech.
And of one speech.
And it came to pass as they journeyed from the east.
Come on.
That they found a plain in the land of Shinar.
Come on.
And they dwelt there.
Yes.
And they said one to another, go to, let us make brick and burn them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone and slime had they for mortar.
Come on.
And they said, go to.
Now this is the key verse for number 4. Now here it is. Remember, one language. So don't let all these people with all this evolution and all this, stuff they say, oh, languages came from here. Like, The languages was dispersed through God. All languages came from God. I don't care if you speak China, I don't care if it's Japanese, English, it all came from God. Go ahead.
And they said, go to, let us build us a city.
Come on.
And a tower.
Now look, number 4, he says, go to, let us build. Now see, they didn't include God. See, this is what happens when you don't include God. Confusion coming. Come on, frustration coming. And that's why you want to stay in the plan of God. Where you don't get sidetracked by other folks. Right. And that's the main thing, because we want to be a part of something sometimes. We want to jump on the bandwagon with others sometimes, just to feel a part, to feel important, or to feel like I'm a part of something, period. Or to feel good about yourself. That, I'm with this individual, they make me feel good. And sometimes they might do, and sometimes they might don't. Come on. But you don't know the difference because, why? You want to feel good about you. And they might be putting you down the whole time and you don't even realize it. Stupid. Oh, she just called me stupid. They just called me stupid. It's okay. That ain't okay. Dumb. Oh, that's just the way they are. That ain't okay. If you the way you are, then you need to change it. Or else I'm going to change. I'm going to change, and get away from you. Come on. So sometimes people that put you down, sometimes if you're not using your self-esteem is down low, you're not going to be used to people rising you up. You're not going to know how to receive that. Come on, because you've been put down so long. And that's all you know is being put down. But look at your neighbor and say, no more. No more. If this you, no more. Come on, somebody, because I know my worth. I know who I am. Is that all right? Amen. So look at them. So they said this. They try to leave God out of it, so look what they get ready to do.
Let us build us a city and a tower whose top may reach unto heaven.
Come on.
And let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad.
So they said, let's build a tower, correct? Let's build a tower that can reach to the what?
Heaven.
To the heaven. They didn't have no architectural school. They didn't have no learning of architectural learning. They didn't have no university, like Yale and like UT and like BCC, Brevard Community College, or Walter State. They didn't have all of that. These people had nothing but what God had given them, a knowledge and a drive and a will to build.
Yes.
Come on. Have they ever seen another building? I don't know. Because even the first city, they had people, but I don't know what kind of buildings they had. But I'm pretty sure they didn't have the ones that reached to the sky, because they were going to build one if that's the case. Come on. Go ahead.
Let us make us a name.
Oh, let us make us what? Somebody shout a name.
A name.
Selfishness. That's what that drive is. Somebody shout selfishness.
Selfishness.
Me. Let us make us a name.
lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth.
Come on.
And the Lord came down to see the city.
Now there's another key verse. The Lord came down to see it.
And the tower.
Come on.
Which the children of men builded. And the Lord said, behold, the people is one. And they have all one language. And this they begin to do. And now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do.
So nothing. So you see that underlined, nothing will be restrained.
Nothing.
So if you are letting words from other people stop you from being, it's your own fault. Come on. If you're allowing people to put you down, it's your own fault. Because God told him, said, look, it's nothing now. Y'all done did this. Y'all wanted to do this. Y'all done got it in your heart to do whatever. So I'm not going to let nothing stop you, Fonda, from doing whatever you want to do. So look at your neighbor and say, no more.
No more.
Come on. Go ahead.
Go to, let us go down, and there confound their language.
So underline, key verse. He says, so let me go down. Say, go to, let us go down, and there, he says, we're going to what? I'm going to confound their language.
That they may not understand one another's speech.
He said, I'm not going to even let them understand their own. These was cousins, brothers, sisters, nephews. He says, I'm going to confuse them because they had in their heart, they didn't even consult the Lord. You know, I'm going to do my own thing. Come on. And God said, well, let me go down. They're doing their own thing. They don't even want me to know. They're leaving me out of everything. Come on. So God said, what I do, I'm going to confuse the speech. Go ahead.
So the Lord scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth, and they left off to build the city.
Come on.
Therefore is the name of it called Babel, because the Lord did there confound the language of all the earth, and from thence.
Key that verse 9, so you can show everybody else. See, this is where the languages come from. God is the one that brought confusion. God, that's what Babel is, confusion. And from Babel came Babylonia. That's why the Bible said Babylon is fallen. It's fallen. Come on. It's because it's a state of confusion. That's all it is. It's always the one that starts a bunch of confusion or start a bunch of foolishness like idol worshiping and, you know, and all this other stuff that went on, and then other nations started doing what they did. And that's why we don't want to be like them. Oh, touch your neighbor and say, be you. Be you. Oh, I like this. Come on.
And from thence did the Lord scatter them abroad upon the face of all the earth.
So then he scattered them from abroad and from the face of all the earth. So that's why we take us to Colossians 3 that says, if ye then be risen with Christ, seek those things above. Don't try to do your own thing. Come on. As being a Christian, I got to learn how to put God first in everything that I do. So everything that I touch is a success. Everything, everywhere that I go, is peace. Is that all right? So if I leave God out of anything, then I find myself it's not going to work out the way it should. So I have to learn before my feet hit the floor, before my eyes open, my thoughts are already awoke. Is that all right? How many understand that? My thoughts are already awoke. Before my eyes open up, before my feet touch the ground, before my mouth or my voice even get to my mouth, amen, and become vocal outwardly or audible. You know, my thoughts is already speaking before my voice even hit my vocal cords. Woo, how do you understand that? Yes. Come on, amen. So before all of that, I got to say, God, I thank you for waking me up this morning because my eyes didn't open, but I'm already awoke. Come on, my feet haven't even touched the ground, I haven't even moved yet, but you already got me up. Come on, running just through my body and my veins, oxygen. Come on, give God a hallelujah. Hallelujah. Already set for my day to begin. And it's got to begin with you, because if not, it's going to be some other things going to be happening that's going to cause me to go off the chain, but I've got to stay on, come on, so I can make sure things go right in my day. Come on, give God a hallelujah. So we go to Colossians 3. So we got Colossians 3. So it says, if then ye be risen with Christ, seek those things which are what? Above. Not down. Come on. Because hell is beneath the earth. How How many understand that? Hell is a big hole in the center of the earth. That's all. That's what it is. That's where it's at. Come on. You say, well, what about now? People don't realize is that we're walking in faith. That's why faith is so important in our life.
Yes.
Come on, it brings forth what's already is available for us. Come on, that God has already done. That's why he said you're already healed. And when we believe, our healing takes place. Come on, that's why we raise our hand. And if you don't know how to worship, get to a place of knowing how to just raise your hand to God, because the fact is that, God, I trust you. God, I believe you. God, I thank you for who you are. And not only that, but you're commanding me to worship you in spirit and what? In truth. And I receive everything that you have for me. Come on. So through faith is that I'm trusting God for that which he's already provided for me. Come on, is that all right? Amen. And while I'm thanking him and trusting him for it, it comes into manifestation through whomever or through whatever that God let you know. Baby, I done heard your cry already. Come on. I know you've been waiting a while. And here it goes. Come on. Come on. Amen. Praise God. What I promise you, I shall perform it for you. Somebody shout, he's performing some stuff. That's why I can't get off track. That's why I can't lose my balance. That's why I can't get off focus. Come on, it is so easy. Life itself makes us get off. People will come into your life, amen, to disturb your life, and folk will come into your life to bring forth joy. Come on, somebody. You got some folk will come to put a needle in your eye, and then you got some folk come to take the needle out your eye. Come on. Somebody shout, and it's all God. How many know it's all God?
Yes, yes.
So he said, we got to get into that fact of what? Of trusting him, seeking him. How do I seek God? I seek him through prayer.
Yes.
Come on. You might not pray an hour like I do. You might pray 30 minutes. Then you might not pray 30 minutes. You might pray 15 minutes. But as long as the communication between you and God is sincere. Come on. He didn't say, I don't hear a sinner prayer. You remember how we used to, and it's like, no, God never said I don't hear a sinner prayer. He said, as long as you're sincere, I will hear your prayer. Come on, dear God. I think God, he's not prejudiced. He don't care where you are in your life. If you sincerely need help, God said, I'll help you. Come on. Amen. But I got to make sure I'm sincere. That's right. Come on. And I'm willing to take the necessary steps in order to bring forth what I need in my life. Come on. If you continue to be a negative individual, what's going to come into your life? Negative. Amen. If you're going to continue to be a miserable person, what's going to come into your life? Negative. Come on. If you're going to continue to be a doubtful person, what's going to come into your life? Yeah. Come on. That's why you got pessimistic people. They always talk about when the sun's out, oh, but it's getting ready to rain, and what happens? For them it rains. Come on. So it's whatever you put out is what you're going to get back. That's even in a relationship. If you're going to find yourself always thinking on, well, you know what, I'll never get somebody that's as good as me, or I'll never get somebody better, or I'm afraid, to talk, she got an education and I don't. But you will never get what you deserve or what you think you have, because you're always thinking that you don't deserve it. Come on, is that all right?
Amen.
Come on. I got to first think that I know I deserve what I get. I know what I want. So first I need to write down what I want. Some of us just need to write some things down. You need to just get a little diary and make sure it's locked so nobody can read it. Come on, and start making some notes. I used to just put things, I used to just write things, and I think I told Brother Life when I came, just start writing things down. Some specific things that you say, God, I need some things in my life to be removed. God, these are some hard things that I need for you to do for me. There's some things I want to accomplish. I would write these things down and just put them in my Bible. And just begin to pray. God, and then as the years and as the months, sometimes it's days, sometimes it's minutes of the things that I used to write. And then it used to be thick. And when I look around, I would have to check off 1, 2, 3, 4. And then next thing you know, I'm checking off another one. And I'm checking off another one. Because of that is that that which I put in my secret place where God is. I said, God, now I'm looking for you. I can't do it myself. I need your help. Or I need for you to make a way for this to open. I don't want no door to open up that I don't need to go through. I don't want no door to open up that will bring things in my life that I don't need to be in my life. But open up only those doors that will benefit you and will benefit me. Is that right? No matter how bad I want it, no matter how bad I need it, if it ain't for me, coming from you, keep me away from it. Come on, give God a hallelujah. That's how desperate you got to be. You got to be desperate enough to not want something that you don't need. Isn't that something? No, I want that. So a lot of times in our wanting, we get things we don't need. And then those things become a harm to us. Come on. And you start doing good for a little bit, then you start, falling by the wayside. Is that all right? Because you want something that you don't need. Come on. But when I learn to do without what I want and start, just depending on and accepting what I need, then those things start benefiting me. And when it started benefiting me, I started liking what I needed because it was what I wanted. Come on. It was exactly what I wanted. What I thought I wanted, I didn't need. But what I needed, I really wanted because it benefited me the most. Come on, good God. I had to look at it and find out how in the world. We almost done. So, how the man is approved of God for righteousness is that I got to seek those things above where Christ sitteth on the right hand of what? Of God. Christ sitteth on the right, Christ the Son. He is God. And he's sitting beside himself. Because what? He conquered those things in flesh. Amen. So as he was transcending and as he was changing, when he told Mary, don't touch me. I'm changing. I'm getting, don't touch me. He's going to sit right beside himself, the Son. Because the Son conquered Jason in the flesh. That which he needed to conquer. Amen. So a part of him that he allowed, God himself, that man could not see naturally, is already with himself. So he says, look, come on, son. You, the other part of me, just come on, get on. We're one. Come on, get over here. Here I am. Let's just gel together. Here we go. Come on. And makes it one. He says, look, I got everything that you need. Is that all right? Set your affection. Number 2. Key this. Remember this. Set your affection. What affection that God is talking about, Monty? When you look at affection. Affection. What do you think that affection? Set your affection.
How you would interact with God, how you would, because if you show him something affection,
yes,
you constantly be doing something to show that thing that you love it. So that would be, being in your word, that would be great. Amen.
So affection, I like that. Affection in Greek. So put affection in Greek. I'm not going to give you the Greek word. I'm just going to put literally mean your mind. So affection in Greek. So the word affection, you got the spelling right there in number 2 if y'all, if you in Colossians 3. Affection in number 2. The Greek meaning is your mind. Your mind. Not your heart here. This don't do anything. Somebody shout your mind. Your mind. That's why Paul said be transformed by the what? Renewing of your mind. So the Greek term for this here in this particular chapter, in this verse, set your affection, set your mind on things above. That means I got to get out of myself. I got to get out of the way I used to think. I got to alter my way of thinking about things. And that ain't hard. That's not easy to do if you've been living a certain type of lifestyle. Come on, for some time. And that would be a part of your second nature or your first nature. Is that all right? Come on. Because in that nature, that's why God began to tell us about our nature. You know, is that we got two natures that's struggling against each other. Come on. The will to do what's right and the will to do what's wrong. Come on. And when things happen to us or people do things to us, you know, we tend to go with that nature of wrong. That says, you know, I can't stand you, you make me sick. Or I'm mad with you. You know, that nature, because that's our sin nature. Come on. But when we're becoming a Christian, is that I have to understand is that we don't fight against what? It's not Jasmine, it's not Tanya, it's not Jason, the one that's doing it to me. Come on. It's the spirit in which they are in. Come on. If they don't have God, it's the spirit that is acting in them to come against me. Or to cause me to lose that which I have. What is that? My peace. Uh-oh. Because you can't buy it. Come on. My joy. Come on. You can't buy it. Come on. Because if you got your peace and your joy, you know what's going to happen? You're going to feel good about yourself. You're going to thrive. You're going to do good. You're going to look at things and analyze it. You're going to counsel yourself or get good counseling. And you're going to keep going forward and stay focused and forgive and get rid of stuff. But it comes to bombard your mind. That's what the devil comes to do. And he comes through who? People. Come on. The devil ain't coming out of the bottom of the earth. Hey, I got two horns and a tail. Okay, which one I'm going to use? He ain't coming like that. Come on. He coming through people. Come on. That's how he moves. Come on. If he can get you to keep unforgiveness, if he can get you angry and keep you mad at folks, he knows, I'm going to destroy you. Oh, yeah, I got you. Yeah, I'm going to make you do something to end your life. I'm going to make you do something to ruin your life. I'm going to make you do something where you always get caught up in, you know, and stuff, and, you know, in the system, or, you know, just always being mad and you'll never get happy. People look at you and give you a smile. Oh, shut up. You know, I know people like that. How you make me say, what you so mad at, girl? What's wrong with you? Boy, what's wrong with you? You know, I just have a guy, and it's so funny. Before he got saved, he was really, he just liked shooting people. I'm not talking about shooting the bird. I'm talking about he loved to shoot people with a gun. Well, you know, we were in a tent revival, and God saved him in my ministry. And he came on, and he just pure gangster, you know. And them the kind of people that God gave me. And so, you know, he has had this way of talking, you know, that it's so funny because when God saved him, really saved him, because he was like, I want the Holy Ghost. You know, because you just couldn't look at him because he'd be like, you looking at me? He just go loco on you. You looking at me? And it's like, calm down. I'm just admiring your ear, I ain't in your ear. You had to say something crazy. I just admire your ear, you know, I don't want to get shot. But the thing is that, you know, that's who it is. So he had a temper, you know, and his girl did too. and you know, and people were just, especially when they got saved, you know, when you come and get saved, you're not delivered from everything. So they knew. Don't look at them just walk. Praise the Lord. I love you, brother. Love you. You know, and you would say, you ain't got to do that. You ain't got to do it like that. But that's how, you know, you just, because there's going to be something. And I'm like, Ron said, he going to run everybody away. You don't have no members. I said, it's going to be all right. So I had, you know, he got up to testify. He said, yeah, I would like to take the devil and take his intestines and wrap around his tongue and cause him, his guts to come out and his eyeballs up. He would get, get the microphone so he'll know. I'm telling you, that's this. some of my members. Come on, and he was one of them. Go ahead.
At that time, I think at that time I was probably 10, 11.
10, 11, listening to all
But
of this.
literally, the kid, all of us kids be looking at each other like, man. But he would really, that's how he talked.
Yeah.
And that's how he explained how he wanted to destroy the devil.
The devil, that's it, when he got saved.
Yeah.
Come on, he just was one of them gays. He just, you know, he was just all through that all his life. He didn't know God, but when he came to God, he just wanted to do ill to the devil. He just wanted to, and he would get all graphic. And Ronnie said, "You sure he could deliver Jennifer? Jennifer, you sure do we need it?" I said, "Oh, he's all right." I said, "He's gonna be all right. He's gonna be okay." You know, and the thing about it is that he loved God so much, you know, that he was like, "I want the Holy Ghost." So in that getting the Holy Spirit, you know, we had to teach Kevin, man, you can't be saying stuff like that. You know, this is how this is how you gotta talk. This is how you gotta, relate. And he started learning, but it took some time for him to process it. Because the way he talked and the way his lifestyle was, it was like shooting and killing all day long. That's what he did. Come on, going to prison, getting out. That's what he did. So, but he became one of my awesome ministers, and he was in the ministry for about 10 years. And here it is, God was elevating him, and I mean, people would be like, "Man, that ain't the same guy right there. He's changed, you know." And he would walk places, people would be like, "Man." And there was a time, I think I told you all this, the same young man, is that when they came to, move, because he had killed one of a person's son, and he came to me and said, "Pastor," he said, "they done moved. I heard they in my neighborhood, and they not too far from me, and they got a bounty on my head, and they getting ready to kill me, and they got a contract on my life." In other words, he says, "Now, I know you preach, and this is what I truly believe, because when you're a Christian, you don't need no gun. Amen. You don't need to live by a gun. I have not lived by one all my life, and I live in a dangerous neighborhood there is, me and Ron, and my kids. They done seen some stuff that will blow your mind is what they see." And she was trapped in one. And God brought her out of a contract killer just shooting. And they was trapped in a park. And I couldn't get to her. And all I could see is her and my little niece just hang right there. Don't move. And I said, "God," and what they could have did while the boy was being shot up, in the middle of the and they're going down there to shoot, they could have just well said, "You are our witness." And they didn't care about her being young. She was an eyewitness. But how many understand that in the midst of all of this, God shielded her? And said, you can't touch her today. Come on, dear God. See, it has to serve God. See, these ain't made up stories. It's real. Come on. These ain't made up stories. But when this young man, he said, "Pastor, what you want me to do?" I said, you're not going to buy no gun. God got you. If you really change, I said, you really got God in your life, show yourself. I said, now, if you want me to go with you, I'll go with you. We'll ride and die together. Because I know where I'm going. I'm going to heaven. Now, Kevin, you better make sure you got it right. You got it together. So he says, "Okay, Pastor." He says, "I'm going to go." I said, "Do you want me to go with you?" He said, "No." He says, "I'm going to go." He went. He went to the lady's house. And when he showed himself to that lady, she opened the door. She knocked on it. He says, "Hello, ma'am." He said, "Do you know who I am?" And the lady looked at him and says, "Yeah, I know who you are. You're the one that killed my son." But she said, "Then again, you don't look like the same person that killed my son." Come on, give God praise. Come on. Then she told him, she said, "I'm going to call the bounty off your life." She said, "I'm going to call the contract back." She said, "And you won't have to worry about it. You know your family will die." She said, "Because I'm calling the contract back because you're not the one that killed my son." Come on, give God.